Aloha! Thank you everybody for joining us again for Sugar Mondays. I am super stoked. The response we got last week for Sugar Monday was amazing. Thank you for the warm welcome. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to pointing forward information that we have in our back pockets. So today's segment is going to be about our sugar paste. I was saying before that a lot of the Sugar Mondays will be brand neutral. However, we are going to be sugaring. At some point, we'll be doing brows and underarms, and I just want to make sure that you guys know what sugar we're using for the different body parts. Of course, we'll talk about it during that segment as well. But just give us a minute to give you a little bit of the background of our sugar paste, and then you can kind of gauge if you want to try one of these if you haven't already. So we have 5 different sugar pastes. We have the Pua, Wahine, the Karin, Kona, and Keiki. The Keiki I don't have on the bar here because it is our training paste. Our students usually only use that paste during training. It creates muscle memory. It's a pretty hard, stiff type of paste. It allows the student to use it and take it out of the jar and actually play with it without it melting everywhere right off the bat. It gives them a chance to get to know what sugar feels like in the hand before it gets, disabled mess all over the place. But they very quickly go down to a softer paste once they understand, it's just like the second part of our hand, right? This is for the molding method. So starting before I go into the actual paste, with any sugar paste that you use, no matter what brand it is, I highly recommend that you use a sugar warmer. The sugar warmers have 2 different temperature gauges. There's an external internal temperature gauge, and that will allow your paste to be set at a certain temperature with it being fluctuating, like a refrigerator, or there's the water heater, etc. You want to be able to make sure that your paste doesn't get overheated and start breaking down. So that is one very important thing. Another important thing about sugar paste and how you store it is that we recommend you always keep the lids closed. I know it's super easy to pull the lid off and just throw it on when you have a client, right? We don't want that. 1, you can get floaties, all kind of stuff that goes into the paste. We don't want that. And 2, my paste and everybody else's paste is made out of sugar, lemon, and water, right? So water seeps to the surface and can start evaporating. We don't want that. A little trick about our containers are recycled. I definitely like using them after the fact when they're all nice and empty for other things. They're great for the lunches. So when you first get a container, I suggest heating it up. And once you heat it up, you can pull off this little plastic band first. Once you heat it up, the sugar that's stuck on the lid like this, it won't be there, okay? It'll start falling back down into the container. So then you can pull it off. You can take it to the kitchen or your sink with some hot water, rinse it off really well so there's no sugar on the lid, and then make sure there's no sugar on the lid here either. So what that will help you with is that when you have that client, you go in, lid pops right up, doesn't get stringies everywhere, stickies anywhere. You go in, you pull the paste out, put the lid back on, little tap, and it's closed. You don't have to worry about any of that other stuff, okay? So, awesome. So our paste, let's start with the Pua. We decided that, the first paste that came out were Wahine, the Karin, and Kona. And those 3 pastes were universal. They were so fun to use, but the one thing that never changed from the 10 years that I've been sugaring, and all my girlfriends and your girlfriends, everybody that's been sugaring, nobody likes sugaring legs. There's a reason for that, because the paste gets so stiff. Our body hurts, our back hurts, our wrist hurts. I have carpal tunnel, God forbid. A full leg, I always gave it away, right? Well, we have come up with a few solutions. Prep, we'll have another Sugar Monday just for prep, because I think that's super important. But with the Pua, once you have a good prep done, it's very soft, it's very pliable, stretchy. You can apply it very thin and flick it off without having to manipulate your whole entire body without being exhausted. I've found that the paste does not get sticky, so you don't get stuck all the time. It glides on so easy. It really captures the hair inside the paste itself, so you're definitely pulling them out by the root. You don't have to worry about breakage. Favorite paste right here, Pua. In the wintertime, I even like using it for underarms if somebody's been sugaring for a long time. So also the face, the little fuzzy peach fuzz here on the corners, a lot of people break out there, right? So usually there's a few reasons people break out. Mainly it's the histamine reaction. But the histamine reaction a lot of times is also due to the thickness of the paste breaking hairs. So either you're pulling out, a sensitive skin person and getting lots of hairs and getting histamine reaction that way, or you're breaking the hair. Breakage can come from using too thick of an application of the sugar, or it's too strong of a paste. It may look like it's going on right. You'll see people doing like a big, huge strip and then flaking it off, but then that can hurt the client. It can break the hair, cause that histamine reaction. They'll come in and break out like, oh my God, what's going on? So yes, Pua works really great. So does the Wahine. So the Wahine we use on brows, lips, underarms, sides of face. You can use it on a full leg. I personally find that it does stiffen up a little bit where I'm located. I'm here in San Diego. But in the summertime, it's not as bad. And the paste that I usually have in my personal containers, in my warmers, are the Wahine and the Karin. And the Pua I usually keep on the counter because I don't feel that it always needs to be warmed up. If you do keep it in a warmer, super low setting, like 88 degrees. Now with the Wahine, I like using that on the first setting as well. The Karin, we use it on the second setting. The second setting for the Karin will soften up the paste just right. If you're in a hotter climate, hotter than San Diego, I'd probably suggest starting it on the lowest and then going higher as needed, especially if you run hot yourself. So I like using the Karin. It's the whatchamacallit of all pastes. I use it on full body. It's my go-to no matter what. I usually always have this in the warmer. Underarms, Brazilians, brows too, if you like a little firmer paste for manipulation, and lip. Arms as well. So then moving on to the Kona. The Kona, definitely I would set it to the third setting. It is a lot stiffer of a paste. It's great for moisture. It's great for very humid climates. It's great to mix. Let's say you have a softer paste and you really like softer paste, but you've got that one client that came in that's a little hotter than usual, maybe went running before they came in or got, whatever. So then we mix just a tiny little bit of the Kona. Question on how to mix. There's a few different ways you can mix. You can get a spatula. We almost started making them, but you can buy them. Amazon, $3, Target, anywhere. It's just a baking spatula. You can mix your paste with that. You can take a little bit out and use it. Just make sure you wash it after hot water, a little sanitizer, and you're good to go. Put it on the side. Mix it all together. So those are our sugar pastes. We will have a segment, per body part that will describe the different pastes a lot better for you. If you haven't tried them yourself already. Speaking of which, if any of you have tried them, send us a review. Let us know what you like and don't like about the paste. Hopefully it's all stuff that you like. But we're always looking to improve. So please definitely send us a little bit of information, and we would love to share it with everybody and share you. We love shouting out for everyone and being there for you to succeed. If you are having issues with the paste, please don't hesitate. Send us an email. You can even send us a little video of you using the sugar. If there's some kind of inconsistency that you're having issues with, feel free. Like our landline for headquarters is, you can text on that phone number as well. Call us, email us, whichever works best. Direct message on Instagram is also a good way to contact us. There's usually always somebody around that can answer those questions for you. Why use Kiko? Well, I truly believe that we are a wonderful community. There's a lot of great pastes out there, but we are there for you. There's a lot of great skincare lines out there, and I usually choose the ones that I feel the most comfortable with, and the customer service and how the products themselves do. So at least give them a try, see what you think, see if our atmosphere and our educators, which you can always contact anytime you have questions if they're closer to you than we are here in San Diego. We will be there for you. I vow that. This is the reason we started the line to begin with. I want to make sure that everybody feels truly supported when using Keiko. So Keiko is how we pronounce it. A lot of people here also say Kiko. So it means the little sugar cane in Hawaiian, if you didn't hear the first episode. And we kind of like the Hawaiian thing. It's a little flair close to us. All right, everybody. So sugar warmers, temps, types of paste. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. All right, enjoy your week. Happy Monday. Mahalo.